Hi guys. Oh, what a great day. What a good song. States is in T-minus 1 week. An update on life is not that new, but I feel like I always try to live up to what I stand for. So sometimes that's hard, you know? When you say you want to be like, what are your biggest dreams when someone asks you? And you're like, oh, I want to make it big. I want to be a professional athlete. I want to do all these things, right? When you're trying to live up to it like day by day, in those tiny little moments, sometimes it is hard. This is literally what it takes to be this great, which is so crazy to fathom sometimes. You're like, oh wow, like people really had to make it out of like being average. It just kind of hits me sometimes. It's hard being good in the moments where you don't feel like it, and it's really hard being good when you're tired. Sorry my voice sounds a little like sleepy because I just woke up. I saw a video of Steph Curry training. One of the reasons why Steph Curry is so great at what he does is because he's been doing like obviously this sport in the games for so long, but he's trained to the point where when others' heart rates are like really high up in the middle of training, his heart rate is like calm, steady, you know, he's able to maintain it. So that's why he's able to like be one of the best guards in literally the game. And it's just, that is so real. Like when I thought about it, because I'm like, wait a sec, when I used to train so hard as like a teenager, the endurance I would have to go through just to maintain it, like this is all just to maintain it. I just had to go through all of that training, all of that endurance, all of those long yardage sets just to be slightly above average. You know, obviously I'm kind of like picking little tidbits out of proportion, but it essentially is what it is. You can't just improve, like you can't just have one good meet or one good game and think like your improvement has gone up. You have to consistently do that, and it inches little by little, but it progresses exponentially greater over time. It definitely just takes a lot of time and training and discipline. Time is one of the key factors. Like you cannot be great at a sport or what you do in anything actually without spending time doing it. I think physically, mentally, psychologically, you will not be ready. You will not like legitimately have the confidence to say that you know what you're doing. You sometimes fake it till you make it, but you can't truly feel that confidence within yourself, because also I was talking to my friend about how they started doing the sport diving this year, and it's literally been like 3-4 months, and going back just to see the progress of it. Like when you're starting a sport or just any like low-key physical activity, sometimes it's a little easier to see the progress because like, you know, you can record yourself, you can physically see the improvement, right? So we're looking back at like just videos of him diving, like the difference is there because you can just see the way that like our bodies adapt to moving a certain way, and like how our bodies adapt to doing something over and over again. I feel that just applies to everything in life. When you have a habit, it's when you have a routine, and it's when you get used to those routines. And low-key, that speaks for how you were raised as well. Like if you were used to being raised a certain way, you're gonna like think that's normal, you're gonna be comfortable in that. So for example, if you were raised in a toxic environment, your body is gonna think anything outside of that is not normal, even though you might know and think that, oh, my family is toxic, these friends are toxic, my relationship is toxic, but your body won't know how to low-key react outside of those situations if that's all you've been in. But it's low-key a little bit of psychology in there. It's just like how our bodies and brains kind of adapt and work. I feel a lot of these things I feel in real life as I'm growing older make a lot more logical sense to me as to why they're happening, more than just like, oh, it's happening and I don't know why. So I don't really question a lot of things anymore. And I've been having a conversation with my friend as well, and we're just like, wow, I feel like we understand it now. And it's just like we understand why things happen the way they do and why people act the way they do sometimes. Not because of like literally the reason and the motive that they have, but as to what is stemming, where that behavior is stemming from, if that makes sense. So it's like it goes all the way back to like how they were raised, what they believe in, like their faith, you know, everything literally is put into proportion, which is very interesting to understand, because I feel like once you understand this concept, it's like a whole branch of like, it's a whole nother spectrum. Even so, like logically it makes you just a more like smarter person, because it's like a little bit of common sense when you think about it. It's just like, oh, if you understand why this is happening, why a certain thing is happening, then you wouldn't have to question it, you know? If you know the answer to something, why are you gonna question it? It just is what it is. That also just gives me like the peace that a lot of people struggle to have in certain situations, because I'm like, instead of, you know, fighting for something that's not gonna give it back to you sometimes, just having the clarity on certain principles and stuff and knowing how things work will automatically provide you clarity and peace. It's nice to, you know, get to this point in life and knowing that the people that I'm very, very close with also are experiencing the same thing. As for me, I have my last college meet of the year in 1 week, and this is states. There's no nationals or regionals or anything like that, but it's just states, and there's 8 conferences that go to the school to compete, but it's only top 16 that make it in all of these 8 conferences. So I made it for all of my events. Freak. I made it for all my events. Oh my gosh, guys, that was very scary. I had to lock in really, really quick. I don't know why the police had to go right there. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you ever see me like locked in that fast, but I was just silent. Yeah, so I made it for all my events, which I'm very grateful for that I've made it. I've made it so far since I came back. You know, obviously there could be some parts in the year where I could have like done better, tried a little harder, you know, certain little things like that. I just didn't think I would come this far back again. Like, I would never thought I'd be putting a tech suit, like competition training racing suit ever again. At conference last week, I was putting on my tech suit and I was like, I really thought I would never be here again putting on a tech suit. Like, what? It's crazy how life comes back in a circle sometimes. But it's almost summer, so I will have a pretty exciting video coming up very, very soon, because once my season's over, I'll have a lot more content. So I will see y'all in my next video. Hopefully, if not, after States. But I will be vlogging at States, so I will see y'all there.